Well, hello guys. Today I'm going to be showing you my portfolio as I'm nearing my bootcamp curriculum, as I'm nearing the end. As you can see, it is very simple, very straight to the point, and there's an animation. Well, there's a couple animations going on. The background animation, that is just particles.JS. It's a very lightweight dependency that allows you to customize particles and have them flow in any particular order. It was quite easy to implement. However, the harder part to implement was this word animation that it cycles through an array of words and then it just renders each one individually. It's very similar to the Traversy Media tutorial that he did. The only difference is that I added more pizzazz with my own CSS custom animation. But I really like the end result. Now, Life Fallacy is normally where my name would go, and I have it really glowing so that whoever checks out my site has my name imprinted in their vision. If that works, hopefully I get a call back. It does have a dark mode going on. When you click on this moon icon, it toggles the colors of the site. Personally, I designed it with dark mode in mind because it gives it a more chill aesthetic, very pleasing. Also, the nav bar is transparent until it gets to like here. When the navigation title pops up, that's when the nav bar becomes solid. And the hardest part to implement was the nav bar, because when you click on the toggle, I used a custom hook that would add classes to certain elements. However, if I could go back, I would do it differently. Instead, I would just have that custom hook change the CSS variable colors, as opposed to just appending and removing classes. I did it a little bit, the way I did it is a little bit complicated because it also saves it to local storage. However, I like the end result anyways, even if the code might be a little bit of spaghetti. Now, the skills section and the projects section is coming from my backend. That way, I plan on adding a custom CMS that would allow me to add skills and projects and a contact form. That way, there is no issues, or I wouldn't have to open VS Code in order to update my profile. Now, I do have my GitHub link and my LinkedIn link. However, I did not provide a resume. I feel that if I wanted to provide a resume, they would contact me first through LinkedIn or through email, and then I would do so. If you just leave your information out in the web, you're going to get a lot of spam. Sometimes that spam is not just email, but you may get mail spam if you have your address there. And I'm not happy having my personal information dangling in my portfolio. On my projects, when you click on it, a modal pops up and it gives you a choice. You either visit the site, which is deployed, which is this one, or you can go to the GitHub documentation for that project. And I have it for all of them. I did a really good job of trying to keep it as simple as possible and to the point. Now, I do have to update my skills because I learned more things, and I want to take out GitHub. It is redundant with Git. I understand they're different things. This is the technology that allows GitHub to work, and this is just a repository or kind of like a platform that allows you to host all of that. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It is mobile friendly after all. However, there's still changes to be made. The sizes of these boxes are not responsive. I decided to make them the same size as a smartphone and then just render them on desktop next to each other with CSS Flex. However, what I'm going to do is add a carousel that will allow the user to scroll through so that you don't have this discrepancy or unevenness. And it doesn't really matter about these two projects because they're very simple, and I don't think the recruiters are going to care too much. I need to add a couple more projects that are more complex because as of right now, I have my Lambda Labs experience, which was a 2-month contributing to an open source movie recommendation platform. I have my portfolio, a side project, And then these 3 are build week projects, and the only one that I'm proud of is water my plants, because I had to implement everything in the front end basically, and it was a major role that I did. Southeast Studio, I contributed, but it wasn't, my role was not as significant. And marketing page UI is literally just CSS and HTML, no JavaScript at all. So I'm gonna make a carousel that will host these 2 towards the end, and then the visitor can scroll through the projects and see. For contact, I already know of a couple dependencies that I'm going to install since I already have a backend set up, so that won't be much of a problem. So this is my portfolio. Let me scroll down with it in light mode. See, I need to fix this. Contact is not getting the same class, the same pink class as this appended. Like I said, if I could go back, I would do it differently. I would set CSS variables with the colors, and then once the user clicks on this button, the custom hook that I built, which also saves it to local storage, will only change the CSS variables as opposed to having complete different classes. Now the site is mobile friendly, as you can see, because I'm using CSS Flex. And then right here, everything goes into a side menu, which if you click on it, want a light mode. Now, because I don't have that much space for the pencil, I decided to get rid of it completely and just do kind of like a cursor typing. This is more of what Traversy did with his tutorial, which I highly recommend, and I'm probably going to link it below. Let's say we have a Pixel 2 XL. This is how it would look on mobile. Everything is good. The skills section takes a little bit too long, but we're gonna keep adding and modifying it until it looks perfect. Like I said, you know, these projects are not they're not responsive units, they're just pixel units. What I'm going to do, since I'm going to be implementing a carousel, I'm going to make these smaller, and then the user is going to be able to scroll through so that the scrolling isn't as much. Well, let me know what you think. If you have any questions about the portfolio or the projects or anything below, let me know. Catch you later.